Hello guys, good evening guys. So this is exam C sharp exam exercise. So usually this is good for students. Like for example, you have programming exercise, and this is also good for experienced developer who just want to rephrase. Yeah, because usually if you are applying, so most of the exam are logic. So basically, this is .NET 7. So you can say that it .NET 7 a console application, and we have a program CS files here. So yeah, so we have to this exercise for printing a prime number. So determine prime numbers. So prime numbers. Usually this is our most common the exam. So prime numbers. So what are those prime numbers? So we need to analyze what are those prime numbers. So prime numbers should only have two factors. It should be one and itself. Okay. For example, yeah, if you Google it, so what are prime numbers? Numbers that have more than two factors are known as composite number. Composite number. So prime number is has only two factors. Two factors only. The prime numbers has two factors only. Two factors only, which is a one and itself. So for example, 7 7 is a prime number because its factor 7 is only divisible by 1 and 7. 7 is not divisible by 2. Whereas if 6 is not a prime number because it has 4 factors. So 6 can be divided by 1, 2, 3, and 6 itself. Right? So 1 is not a prime number because it has only one factor, which is 1. Alright? So we'll start with 2 because we know already that 1 is not a prime number. Alright? So let's have to console right line here. So my typing is not good. Right line, for example, let's say input, let the user input the maximum numbers to test numbers to test. Like for example, you want to test 100, and for just 100 to 100, what are those prime numbers? That's our goal. So let's have integer max number. Max num is equals to, let's just convert it to integer 32, and this will be console dot read line. Let's allow to input by the user. Alright. Okay, so we should have a boolean is prime number. Let's set is to true, and then let's have our outer for loop. So this outer loop we have initially we have to start with 2 because we know that the prime number 1 and number 1 is not a prime already. So we need to increment the value of I if I is lesser than or equals to the max number. Yeah. So I plus plus. So if I equals 2, then next is 3. Then we have our inner loop here. Inner loop. This is for, let's say this is x, which is equal to the value of 2 again. And x is lesser than, or this will be equals to max number x plus plus. And then in the inner for loop, we need to have the condition to check if the number is prime or not. So we have to use this to determine factor. We have to use the modulus operator. So the modulus operator is just like this. Okay. So if x is not equals to I, so it not equals to I. So and x is modulus of I, or you can and I is modulus of x is equals to 0. So it's equals to 0, which means to say uh, equals to 0, it means to say this number is prime. It's not prime. This prime number is was false. And that one we are going to break. So break means we have to terminate all the inner for loop and it will move to another, to the outer for loop that's increment the value of I. So this prime number is assigned but it's not, value is never in use. Prime number. Yeah. So it's complaining. So after that, we have to use the is prime. If is prime number, if this is true, so we can have now console. We print the number, console that line. What's number that we are testing is the I, the value of I. So it's meant to say that this is prime, and the variable is prime is equals to true here. And then the inner for loop will terminate now, and from here we just have to put here console that red line, so we can see the output. I think this we debug if this is okay. So let's check our logic here. So this is just the keyword, guys. Modulus of the value of I, for example, 2 is modulus of 1 is equals to 0. That is not a prime number, right? So usually, obviously, 2 modulus of 1 has a remainder. So it's meant to say 2 is divisible by 2 and itself and 1. If 3 modulus by 1, yeah, it's not also equals to 0. So 4 modulus of 1 is equals to 0. So it's not a prime number. So we'll try run it. I will just have 10 numbers to this. So why 7775? What happened here? 10, 5, 3. It's not. So something wrong with our logic here. So I think this is the problem, guys. So it's 1. So I, why, instead of y is 1, if I is not equal to x, so it's not equal, so it will check and I is modulus by 2. That's it. It's the problem. We then get the output. So for example, this is 10. Oh, again, 2, 2, 2. What happened to our logic here, guys? So we have this prime number is true, and if x equals 2 is lesser than equals to maximum 2, the number is prime. Yeah. Prime number is false, and then the part just they are missing here. It should be in the outer for loop already. We should not put that in the inner for loop. This is the inner for loop. We'll check it. Okay, we'll try again. C 10 to C 2, 3, 5, 7. Why 9 is not included? 9 is only, yeah, 9 can have 3 and the factor by 3. So the factors will be 1 and 2 only. So if we try again, guys, let's say for example 100. So 97 is divisible by 1 and 97 only. It cannot be 97 divided by 9. There's a remainder. So the modulus, if there's no remainder, it means it's equals 0. That's not a prime number, but it's a composite number. So I think that's it, guys. So let's uh, debug it one by one. For example, let's say 12. So your value of x is 2, and then yeah, 2 is not equals to x. So 2 plus 2 is equal. So it's just it will not go inside. So now I is nas modulus I is the I here. I is what's the value of I here? 2 and the x is 4. So I is modulus of 4, of course it's not. So yeah, to see. So the I is 4. So I modulus of 2. 4 modulus of 2. So it's equals to 0, right? So it's it's not a prime number because it's divisible by 2, 4, and 2. Prime numbers should be divisible by itself and 1 only. Okay, so next is it. Okay, it's also the have many factors. 9 can also have many factors. 12. So that's it, guys. So I think this only. So we input maximum to test 12. So 2 is not a prime. It's a prime number because it's only divisible by 2 and 1. 3 is also divisible by 3 and only 1. 5, 7, 11. So 4 is can be divided by 2, 4, and 1. So it's a composite number. So yeah, this is how to test if it's a prime number. So the keyword here, guys, is just you have to use the modulus operator. So if you have a better way to determine it, your logic, that's fine. So I think it's very simple. You just need to understand that what's the what's the prime number is. All right. So guys, if you like, subscribe and hit the bell button. So this is just a exam tutorial. Yeah, recommended for students. So if you are a student, you want to learn. So maybe you can learn a lot. I will have another tutorial as well. And this is all just just practice refreshment for myself. Yeah, on our logic part. All right. So thank you guys and happy learning.